Day 1196. It is 6:57 a.m. Just got off my Warriors of God call. Woo-wee! That was so good. It was powerful. I think that's what I'm going to teach tonight, the New Believers class. I got to fine tune it a little bit. But yeah, it was really good. But this dream, I had this dream last night, that I have to document this. But I'm having this dream and I'm sitting in a chair, and it's like a concrete slab chair, and I'm chained up. Like, I'm chained to this chair, and I'm in this like office, in this like a home office, like a study, like it's got books. It's like a little, it's like someone's home office in this giant mansion. Like, I just knew it was this giant mansion, like a 10-story mansion or something like that. And all of a sudden, Satan walks in. And he looked exactly like the devil from the movie Legend with Tom Cruise. Like, exactly like him. Like, red, giant horns, hooves for feet, like a horse. And he walks in, and I don't remember him saying anything or whatever, but he grabbed me, and when he grabbed me, the chains just let loose or whatever, and he walked me into this other room, and he put me in this other room. And all of a sudden, when I was like put in that other room, I remembered my power. And I remembered my power, and I literally vanished. Like, I had the ability to just vanish, like out of his sight, to just disappear, like to teleport from one room to another. And I vanished, and I went back to the room that I was already in. And it was crazy because I saw him go, like, look around, like, where'd he go? And he was furious. He was furious. Satan himself was furious. And I'm back in that room, and I'm literally hiding behind the big, like, cinder block chair that I was sitting on. And I realized that I could do a hologram of myself. Like, I could project a hologram of myself. Like, in the movies, where they could project a hologram of them, but it's not really them, but it looks like them, and it tricks other people into believing it's them. I could do that. So I projected, I was kneeling behind the chair, like hiding behind the chair that I was sitting in, and I projected a hologram of me back in the chains, sitting there. And the devil walked back in. And he saw me, and he was like, I remember he was like confused, like, how'd he get back in this chair? How is he chained up again? And then all of a sudden I made the hologram disappear. And he's like, ah! Like, you could tell he was so frustrated. I was literally tormenting him. And I was sitting behind the chair, and I was going, like I was a little kid. Like, I was this little kid tormenting the devil. And it was just like, there was no fear at all. It was just, and I was laughing. And then all of a sudden, I saw him walking. And his house was like, when you walk into one of those hotels, and you can see all the levels, like it's hollow inside, and you could see all the levels with, all the rooms and people walking, to their rooms, like just, 10 levels or whatever it is. His house was like that. And I remember looking out of the room, and I could see him walking across one of the hallways, and he was storming through this hallway, like screaming, just angry, looking for me. And he had an assistant behind him, running behind him, trying to figure out what happened. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? And I started to get a little scared. I'm like, man, he's going to try to find me. I need to get out of here. He's coming back to the room. Like, somehow he knew I was in the room, hiding behind the chair somehow after that. And maybe he heard me laughing too loud or something like that. And so I ran through one of the doors that was in the study, in the office, and I saw a door in the corner, and I just knew that was an exit. So I ran over to it, and I opened the door, and it was a way to, like, get out of the devil's mansion, out of Satan's mansion. And it's so crazy because I was like, I knew this was freedom. And I began to walk through it, and all of a sudden, there's this lady there, laying there, a lustful woman. And I started to get a little distracted, and then I woke up. And I realized when I was telling everyone this dream on the call that I just had, like, I'm so close to escaping the bondage that I've lived in my whole life, living in the devil's house, the bondage in his prison. I'm so close to escaping. And even in the escape hatch, he's planned for me to stumble. And what did he put? He put a woman laying there, ready, just in full like lust mode, just laying there. And it was like, man, that would be the perfect thing to set up for me to stumble as I escape the kingdom of darkness. It is just a brilliant dream. Like, I'm like, wow, Lord, that was crazy. Like, I'm getting ready to escape Satan's mansion, running away from him, about to step into freedom. And all of a sudden, literally, she's right there that I could literally stumble over her. I could trip over her. And then I woke up and it was like, wow, that's what the enemy, it's like the last thing the enemy has. Now I've made this vow for no masturbation and no porn. That's been easy. But I still like am attracted to women. Like I still know that that's my biggest weakness right now. And so, but it's not gonna be my biggest weakness for long. I know God's working on that and he's gonna do his thing. But it's just crazy to see that and to see that dream, and the feeling of being able to torment Satan himself was just like, it was so true. It was like the truth. And what I realized in doing this last call is that when we grow as believers, when we transform as believers, we are literally tormenting Satan and his demons. It's torment. The growth that we go through, the action that we take, the transformation that we go through, it's torment for evil. It's torment for darkness. Because the more we do that, the more our light shines. And the more our light shines, the more it burns them. And so it's just this amazing illustration and vision of like, wow, like, dang, God, you've given me authority. You've given me power, so much more power than the enemy, that I could literally torment the devil in his own house. And you've given me a way out. And on that way out, Satan still has a plan to cause me to stumble. And he knows exactly what to put there. In that path to freedom, on that path to freedom, he literally had a woman laying there. It wasn't a stack of money. It wasn't a bottle of alcohol. It wasn't food or drugs or a car or a house. It was a lustful woman between me and my freedom. Crazy, amazing. God is so brilliant. Thank you, Lord. Yeah, that's next level. Seriously, next level right there. So, yeah. Anyway, I woke up at 4:30. My plan was to get to Starbucks and get a bunch of work done. Instead, I just took my time getting ready, and I was just thinking about what am I going to teach tonight for the New Believers class. So, wasn't a waste of time at all. It was actually a great use of time because I got to slow down and just kind of process, like, okay, what am I going to talk about? And also prepared me for the Warriors of God call this morning. So that was good. But yeah, I got a lot to do this week. These next 4 days are life-changing. I've got the New Believers class tonight, and my pastor is going to be there participating in it, which is going to be crazy. So I've got that class tonight. I've got tomorrow meeting with the associate pastor to go over the entire calling coaching program and presentation workshop, which I haven't built out yet fully. So I got to build that out and present it. I've got my Words of God call tomorrow night. Wednesday, I have to prepare for the call on Thursday, because on Thursday we launch the calling coaching to this church. So yeah, we've got almost 100 people signed up now. There are some people signing up this morning and overnight. And yeah. So that's just the next 4 days. Yep. So that's my life right now. So I need to just go and figure out a game plan for all this stuff. Yeah.